Hello and welcome to this beard clipper video. This video is a short one where I build the Eduard guns that I bought to go on the amazing build that I did for the Tabletop Dungeoneers. And yeah, I'm saying it's amazing because I really think it is. But yeah, you can watch that by clicking on the link above here, or there will be a link in the description below. This was a fun little build. They're a cool kit. They'd be useful for gas stands potentially as well as anything else. Very detailed, look really good, and I hope that you enjoy it. So let me know in the comments below. Do always reply to all of them, and yeah, I'll see you again at the end. Let's have a look at these Eduard Brassy Typhoon guns for the Airfix kit. Bought these to go on the post-apocalyptic build that I'm doing for the Tabletop Dungeoneers Discord, but I figured a quick unboxing and show and tell, and also a video showing me gluing them together and painting them, what have you. So that's what this will be. It will not just be an unboxing, I'll also show how I go about assembling them. I thought that'd be quite an interesting little short, so that's what I'm going to do. So in the box you get two little baggies and some instructions. The instructions are pretty clear. If you do order this, just be aware that the plastic bits are things that you're not going to get in the kit. Those are things that are in the original Airfix kit, which this is for. So if you look at that and you get a bit confused, then you know what's going on because I've just told you. So the two baggies, the first one contains the fittings, and the second one contains the gun barrels and the bullets. So let's get these out of their baggies and have a look in detail. Baggie number one contains 4 of the machinery sections. So you've got the barrel, which is where the bullets go in, and you've got the bullet feed, the belt feeds. That's what's in baggie number one. They are beautifully done, as you'd expect from Eduard. Very nice, very good manufacturer. A little bit of flashing to cut off, or there's a little bit of sprue on each one. This little section here is sprue, but apart from that, yep, they're really clean. So that's cool. I'm not sure how many I'm going to use on the diorama, but I will build all of them, I think. So let's have a look and see what's in the other baggie. There we are. So we have 4 barrels, nice and long as you can see. They're all identical, and we have 4 sets of ammunition on a belt. So the way these are supposed to work is they actually set inside the wing of the model. So if I just bring the instructions in, that there is the instructions, and on this side it's a bit bent, a bit hard to see maybe, but on this side you can see how they're supposed to set into the actual wing of the Typhoon. Now of course that's not what I bought them for, so there is going to be a little bit of scratch building needed for me to make sure these don't look too odd. I might have to put some housings around them so it looks a little bit more weatherproof, but I'm very pleased these have arrived, and I'm going to get stuck into making them right away. So the first thing I'll do, which I won't show on camera because it's just something I do, is I'm going to give them a good wash. So get some near boiling water and some washing up liquid, chuck them in, let them soak for a little bit, and then scrub them with a toothbrush and let them dry. This is to make sure any mold release agent that may be left on there is removed, so that when I come to the painting I'm not fighting and having things slide off, having the paint slide off. So I'm going to give them a good scrub and a good wash. I'll remove them from the sprues when I come to them. I wash them with them on the sprues. So yeah, so the next thing we'll do after this is we'll start to assemble and then paint. So I'll bring you back on this when I come to the assembly step. These are all washed, and now what I'm going to do is start to assemble them. So you get 2 different sets of instructions. You get one to assemble the guns, which is that one, and you get one to assemble the ammo, which is that one. Now I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do with the ammo, so I'm going to set that to one side for now, mainly because, as I mentioned before, the parts that the ammo sits in are actually the plastic bits that you get with the main aeroplane kit that this is designed to enhance. So obviously that's not really something that we can do. So what we're going to do is going to work out, and we're going to work on the actual gun, and I'll think about the ammunition separately. I've got an idea, but I'll work out whether it's going to work or not. So what we have here is we have R7s, we have 4 R7s, and looking at the instructions, each R7, the left and the right doesn't matter. However, we have R8 and R6 for the right side, so let me just get R6, that's R6, and that's R6, so that's for the right side, and R5 is for the left side. So let's be a little bit more logical here and put them on the correct side. So R5, R5, R6, R6, that's good. And then what we have is we have R8 and R9. Funnily enough, interestingly enough, we have 2 R8s and 2 R9s, but they've done R8 and R9 on each, so that makes it a little bit more complex. So the first thing that it's suggesting that we do is we glue the barrel into the front of the housing here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clippers and my sharp knife, and I'm going to remove these all from the sprues. So I might end up leaving that on the back, because then I know it's an R6 and that'll help me to identify which is left and right. So I'll take the barrels off and glue them into the front of, so if you can just see here, if I can get that to focus, there's a hole on the front, and that's where the barrel goes into. So I'm going to get that done. I'll pop some music on, you can watch as I tidy up, clean these up and glue it in place, and I'll bring you back for the next step when I've done it. So yeah, let's get gluing. Right, that's one done. What you'll notice is I used my knife to separate the bottom. So if I pick another one up, to take that off at the end there. And the reason I did that is that snips are actually angled, and it would have risked potentially breaking this piece here. So just carefully rocking backwards and forwards with a very sharp knife, I was able to separate that cleanly and then use the snips to cut across here. So just to highlight that. So that's enough. I mean, it's just going to be repeated, so I won't bother filming the rest. That now is one gun that's been assembled, so I'll do the other 4 and I'll bring you back when I get to the next step. Now we're going to do the ammo chute. Now I've assembled one before turning the camera on, just to give it a try. It is a bit fiddly, but you can see here that we have an ammo chute on the side of this one, which is one of the right hand guns. So as I said earlier, the sprue has one for right, one for left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is going to be one for the left hand sprue, left hand gun. So we're going to clip that out, which is quite easy. It's a very, very finely held in there, and then I'll clean that up quickly with the knife. And then, as I said, it is a little bit fiddly to stick on, just because of the angle you have to hold it at, but it does go on okay. So I'll try and film it and make it so that you can see. So what it does is it fits into this little slot here, which is just underneath the mechanism. So I'll run a little bead of super glue along there. And let's just see if we can do this, shall we? As I say, it was a bit of a fiddle and a faff when I did the other one to try and get it in without dropping it and spoiling it everywhere. But practice does make perfect, and this is my second one. As you can see, it's fallen over. It's a bit of a faff. But it does go in okay. Once you've got it seated, it will then, there we are, that's better. That's a better angle. So that's now seated in. So I'll just hold that for a couple of seconds to get that to be secure. And there we have our ammunition guide on the left hand one. So the next thing I'm going to do, and it's one of the reasons why I did the first one first, I can do this in a continuous shoot, is I have the ammunition. Now, I wanted to show this because I'm going to now, once this is all done, I'm going to now go and paint. That actually will clip on into the feed and poke out the side, which means that I don't have to worry about anything else, and I can maybe do 2 guns on the top of the these first 2 guns going onto the post-apocalyptic build, but we shall see. So what I'm going to do now, let that dry, go and paint them. I'll bring you along for that as well. So I'll go and prime them, and then we'll paint them together. So yeah, these are going together really nicely. So now it's time to start to paint these up, and I have the I have the instructions here because I want to just make sure I don't get it wrong, and it's pretty simple, to be honest. The mechanism, this barrel here, is going to be black. All of the rest of everything else is going to be gunmetal grey, apart from the feed, which is going to be interior green, it says. So I'm going to go for something quite a dark green on that. And then for the actual ammunition, just says to paint that brass. So I'm going to get that done. I will leave the camera running and attempt to stay in shot as much as I can. If the footage is rubbish, then you won't see any of it, and you'll know why you don't see any of it, because the footage was rubbish. So let's get at least one of these painted while the camera is running. So there you are, a quick but fun build. So as I said in the intro, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. I do reply to all of them. If you've built something similar, or if you've had a different kit, then love to hear from you. And I'll wrap up by saying, as I always do, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay well.